Jordan JC, get yourself ready, brother. Over 100 in the chat. Over 200 in the chat. Over 300 in the chat.
All right,
Over
300.
400 in the chat.
Oh, 400.
Over 500 in the chat.
Ooh.
Over 600 in the chat.
Hey, all right.
600. 600.
Ah, 600. All
Hit
right.
that like button, subscribe to the page,
Little-
leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
A little
Appreciate
lingering leftover from yesterday. Shout out to all the support. All right.
Appreciate y'all for rocking with us, man. Nah, man, listen, I think the other thing that we also got to talk about too is the fact that the draft did not end yesterday.
No, it didn't.
And
I'm more excited for today, honestly.
I'm so excited for today because there are so many names still on the board. And remember, like we said at the beginning of this, we're going through these mock drafts and everybody's in the comments and like, there's no way this dude slips past 22. Although if you were a Walter Nolan,
right.
if you were a Walter Nolan guy, you were seeing those mock drafts and where he's in the second round, you got to feel like, yeah, I'm vindicated. I told y'all. Because I don't think we did a single mock where Walter Nolan was a first round pick.
I told you Walter or Kenneth Grant. I told you both of those dudes.
Kenneth Grant was a first round pick. He was at the end of the first
round.
He was
at the end of the first year. Okay.
He kind of still went in that range. But we didn't have, I'll tell you what, we didn't have a single one, which, you know, now I'm like, okay, how serious is this case? We didn't have a single one where Mike Green the first round. So, yeah, I got questions. Maybe Ben Johnson doesn't want an aggressive player. We got to talk about what we're going to do at 39. We got to talk about what we're going to do at 41. We got all that coming up. But before we do that, we do want to make sure that you guys are tapped in with everything going on with the Breeze Media Network, man. If you're into the biggest stories across the sports world, check out the Breeze Sports. It's where the whole crew locks in on national topics from the NBA, NFL, and beyond. No filters, just real talk. I'm also holding it down over on the Chicago Bulls Breeze, although I've been slacking this week because of the draft. Everything Bulls all season long, whether it's trade rumors, game breakdowns, or front office moves, I got you covered. If you're looking for more Bears content, you just can't get enough. Super producer Joel Holt has you covered over on the Chicago Bears Breeze. He's breaking down every angle from draft talk to game day analysis sometimes. And no matter where you are, make sure that you go follow all the channels that we do have here at the Breeze Media Network. We appreciate you guys for showing love and rocking with us. It's Breeze Nation, baby. Shout out
to stray. It's subtle stray. Sometimes foul.
Foul. Jordan JC, as we get back into the show, man, and appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. 39 is coming up.
Yes.
And there are a lot of pieces still on this board. There are a lot of pieces still on this board, my guy. The edge market is still flourishing. And there's an edge on this board that may end up falling even later in Nick Scorton that I thought might be a second-round pick for the Chicago Bears. You've still got an Ariante Irsay on the board. You've still got, for everybody who is begging for a running back here, you've still got a Travion Henderson on the board.
That's your guy. Yeah.
Day 2 of this thing. Well, I think you got to go get him now. Not gonna lie to you. When you talk about the fact that Colston Loveland is not a blocker.
Yeah.
I would like a blocker. Somebody got a blocker.
Somebody in the backfield.
Somebody got a blocker in that backfield. When you look at what the Bears could do at 39, what direction do you want to see them go? Do you want to see them go to another skill position here? Do you want to see them attack the trenches here? A lot of trench pieces are falling. There's some of those guys that we thought were third-round picks that may be in the fourth round, and Ryan Poles is going to take a punter, but they may be in the fourth round down there. What are you doing at 39 right now, JC?
I mean, there's so many directions you can go, and I'll be honest with you. With some of the names that are still on this board, a lot of them are shocking. I mean, obviously, we know the one that is very shocking. What would you say?
You said shocking.
Shocking. Oh, well, hey, it was shocking, whatever you want to call it. I am very pleased that the board is still falling the way it is because you got maybe, I want to say, at least 10 players that were projected to go higher than where they're at now.
Yeah,
that have first round grades. Actually, that have top 10 grades. Will Johnson obviously being the cornerback. I'll be honest with you. If Will Johnson's there at 39, I don't care who we need. at a certain point, you take the guy just because of the value.
Only thing I wonder about is what don't we know about the injury that caused him to fall that far?
Well, he missed 7 games in 24 with the turf toe, and then I think he missed the combine with the hamstring injury. So maybe that's a little bit more and that he's being, hindered from that a little bit more than he's letting on. However, I'll be honest with you. You get him healthy, and you just move forward with that. I like if he's there, I'm taking him. Like that's one of those Michael Porter Jr. type things. Like, okay, at a certain point, we're not going to keep passing up on the talent level here. Like your value clearly outweighs where we're drafting. So there's a guy. Now, realistically, if we're talking about somebody, here's a guy. If we're talking about somebody that doesn't have any issues with any injury or anything of that nature, yesterday we did mention that maybe we need some safety insurance. We talked about, maybe Jaquan Brisker may not get through this season. We hope he does. Yeah. We know this is a big year for him. We talked about Kevin Boyard getting up in age. He had a really good season tackle-wise last year, but ''maybe there's a chance that we need to actually look for the replacement this year moving forward. And I like a South Carolina prospect in 6'3", 220-pound Nick Emmanuel. Mm-hmm. He really stood out in the combine. Freak of an athlete, rangy, can disrupt a lot, like aggressive in his tackling. If he's there, that's who I want. That's my if you want to call it sexy pick for 39.
Yeah, listen, 39 for me. I'm locked in now. I don't know the full extent of everything out off of the field. I don't know if there is a full extent of everything off of the field. I would assume so because of him falling as far as he has. I think you kind of have to go, okay, maybe we don't know something. Mm-hmm. And I know he doesn't fit the ideal weight, even though he doesn't have one for Dennis Allen's defense. But as you look at this second round, I don't think there's a better player left on the board than Mike Green. And Dennis Allen said it best when he talked about, I'm willing to give up pounds for power. You give up pounds for power. Mike Green's a monster. Mike Green is, he's being comped right now to Will Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Green is a monster. And I understand everything off of the field. Maybe because of that, we won't see the Bears take him. But, like, if you're talking about just pure talent, Mike Green was a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Like, as far as talent goes, as far as elite. Now, I think what is interesting with how the board fell, I don't. Who was the second edge taken off of the board?
You had Mikael Williams, and you also had
that's interior.
Who was it? Not Jahad Campbell. You had I know it was the player that
who was
went
the second edge. So Abdul Carter. Oh yeah, I guess no. Mikael Williams on the edge. Yeah, I guess he is, ain't he?
Yeah, Mikael Williams is edge.
Yeah, okay. He was second edge. Shamar.
Was
Stewart.
it was? Oh yeah, Shamar Stewart. The project.
Yeah,
good luck with that.
I mean, listen. There's nothing I'm looking at that on either of those guys that's better than Mike Green. Maybe Mikael Williams, you can argue. Yeah. But there's no, you know what? That's a fact. That's a fact. I didn't think about that. Jalen Walker did go.
Yeah, okay. That's the name that I forgot about. Jalen Walker.
Jalen Walker did go. Man, that was a good pickup too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Atlanta got him and
James Pierce.
And James Pierce. That was
Hey,
I could take a chance with James Pierce when I got Jalen Walker in the building.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I looked at Mike Green as the top guy over all of these guys. And now, probably because of the off the field stuff, he's fallen.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain point, I'm sorry, I don't need church boys. Right? I'm not sitting here telling you that what he did off the field is right, wrong. I don't know what he did. I know what he's accused of. And he's a wild boy if it is true. But I don't need football players as great people. I need football players that play football. And that young man plays football really well.
Plays it the right way. Yeah.
Really well. And I'm not gonna like it. It would, I get it because of the system that we have. And I'm not gonna say that I would be flipping tables there. But it would definitely irk me if you left the best player in this second round on the board. even if he gets to us, right? Like, I do feel this strongly about it. Mike Green is good enough that if you wanted to, you could trade up for him.
Mm-hmm.
I would package 39 and 41 to go get Mike Green.
You'd package 39 and 41 to move up now?
I don't think you would have to package it up to move that far, actually, but that's how strongly I feel about it. I think you probably would have to package a second and a probably a future fourth or maybe a third round pick, right? Like something, or your fifth this season. I don't think you would have to package both of them, but Mike Green's a monster. Like, there's not that when you turn the tape on, all he does is reset the offensive line every play. How do you reset the offensive line every play?
Look, I think at a certain point you do want a football player. We've talked about that plenty of times. I think the question mark obviously is the off the field, and I'm with you. You know, at a certain point, yeah, you don't want church boys. I mean, this game is not. It's built for a certain way, right? You know, the football is still football at the end of the day. We do have to be careful that, you know, we want to make sure that if we do pick him, that he's actually able to play and that there is no more off the field issues going forward. If, you know, he can get past these accusations, right? And I think that's always the thought process with the GM, with the president, with the, you know, the coach and picking is, even if this person maybe isn't going to have to go through what he's going through moving forward, well, maybe we have an issue with something that comes out of the blue in the off the field. Do we have to kind of put training wheels on him and kind of, like, you know, watch what he does off the field all the time? Are we going to have that kind of babysit a grown man in a sense off the field? Yeah. And so I think that's the give and take with players like this. But obviously, there's no denying what he did, you know, leading the FBS in sacks with, I believe, 17 the past year. Like there's no denying his productivity and what he brings to the field. And so at a certain point, yes, that does outweigh. It's like, okay, you got to go get this guy at some point. So we'll see. Mike Green is obviously a huge name that's still there. And so maybe the Bears do want him with one of those picks.
And I think you've got to address the trenches here. I think that the like a Shamar Turner is still on the board. If to me, I'd be intrigued by that.
Izariku is still there.
Donovan Izariku, yeah, but Donovan Izariku is small though. What's he coming in at?
6'3", 248.
Okay, that's not
compared to Mike's 6'3", 251. Yeah,
that's 3 pounds. That's not bad. Yeah, get that guy a steak for that.
Mike had one less steak. That's
I had one less bite of food. I don't see the same power with Donovan. That's the only thing. I don't see the same power and ability to just move a human being out of your way. Like Mike Green reminds me of, remember when Khalil Mack just threw a guy?
Oh, absolutely.
When he just picked him up with one hand and was just like, there you go.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, sir. I have to go kill your quarterback.
I have an appointment with your QB. Yeah, no, absolutely. It just looks different.
So to me, it's get the best player available in that spot, and I think that is Mike Green. The one thing that I would say as well, keeping it moving here, because listen, 39 is not the only pick that we have there. 41 is also available to the Chicago Bears here.
That's
right. Get your running back. Get your running back. I will allow it. I think with the pick you made, you also have to make decisions based on some of the limitations of some of the players that you do have in the building already, right? And one of the limitations of one of the young men you just drafted and of Cole Kmet is that blocking. And there's one young man who I've talked about a ton who I just think is he's Roshan Johnson with what people hope that DeAndre Swift is supposed to be put together.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
That's what Travion Henderson reminds me of.
Yeah.
He gives you that blocking that Roshan has in there on a third down. And he also gives you the speed. He also gives you the yards per carry. He also gives you the ability to pass catch out of the backfield that you want to see from DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
We don't see it, but that you want to see. To me, if you come out of this draft with Mike Green and Travion Henderson in the second round, oh, that's meaty.
That's getting you tingly, huh? Yeah, no, I'm with you, which is why I said I actually, even before we picked Colston, even before the draft started, I said I was actually looking forward to day 2 because of round 2 and 3. But yeah, Trevion Henderson is a guy who checks a lot of boxes as a running back and the potential that he has as a blocker. His ability to see the hole and get through the hole, sift through seams in that hole. He runs angry. He has speed. He's a patient guy as well. Like he has really certain variables to his game that will really, I think, shine on the next level because of him kind of splitting time with Quinshon Judkins, who also I wouldn't be mad at as well. But out of the two, I think Trevion has a higher rating for me, a higher grade for me, just because his overall ability and what he can do on the field. And so, yeah, 7.1 yards per carry in 24 for Ohio State. That's not too shabby. I think that was 8th best in the entire college football. So that is not bad at all. You're getting a guy who I think if he were to be brought in, he would be probably challenging Swift maybe for that starting position. I know Swift is the one that's getting paid a lot of money to be the number 1 running back, but come training camp, I think Trevion might have a chance if we pick him to take over as that running back 1. That's how good I think he can be.
Yeah, listen, and I think the part that people don't talk about with Trevion Henderson is they look at him and go, the numbers aren't overwhelming though.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's not in the same class as an Omarion Hampton or a Ashton Jeanty, which I'm not saying that he is. I think right, we put Trevion Henderson in a class of like, all right, you're not them, and there's no potential for you to be them. His numbers are in a legitimate split backfield.
Mm-hmm.
Like his numbers of over 1,000 yards. What do you have? 8 touchdowns last season, 9 touchdowns last season. And 7.1 yards per carry, which probably also comes from I better take this ball a long way because I'm going to get taken out of this game on the next
10 touchdowns, actually. Yeah, 10
touchdowns. That's in a split backfield with Quinshon Judkins, who's also a really good running back.
Yes.
Like that is the ideal dream kind of production that Ben Johnson is looking for. That is your right. As weird as it is to say, you could be getting your Sam Laporta and Jamar Gibbs, but backwards.
Okay. I see what you did there. Okay. Yeah. They have him actually compared to pro comparison Trevion to James Cook, I believe, on the Bills. And then they have Quinshon Judkins compared to Joe Mixon.
I can see that because he's a Jamar not really blocking, but so yeah. I can see like James Cook could like take your soul out your body.
Yeah. And Quinshon is the Joe Mixon as well. So I mean, you think about that kind of tandem that is nice. So I'm fine with getting that running back. I hear a lot of people saying they want to see Scatterbo. I seen what is it the running back out of Iowa. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but those two are clearly far and away the best 3rd and 4th running backs right now. What we got? What
this comment? He said, "Give me Cam Scatterbo for running back, true north to south runner," which he is. He said he'll turn a 3-yard play into 4.
Oh my God! He'll give you that one extra yard,
which is good. Or he's trying to be serious. It is good because it's like, if you need that extra yard, he will literally like push the pile to get you there. Yeah, but it is funny to just be like, he'll turn that 3-yard run into 3.5, baby. You got to watch this guy. Normally, be like, he can take the ball and turn a 3-yard run into a 50-yard run. Like,
a touchdown. Like,
can't get 4.
Can we get a little bit more?
Pterodactyl Pop said, y'all should make another steak bet for who gets it. I'm done with the steak bet. I have.
Are we doing steak bet again?
I have steak. Did you say Jimmy Hoffa is the son of a motherless goat? What was that?
I've heard that somewhere.
What was that straight?
That's a joke. That's a joke.
That's Ralph from Ed, Edd n Eddy.
No, that's from a movie beforehand. That's a movie from back in the day. I know what that is. That's the Three Amigos, I think. That's the Three Amigos.
Maybe, yeah.
That's an old video. See, I'm showing my age. Hey, Three Amigos. I knew it. The son of a mother. I knew Joel was gonna know. You knew Joel was coming in here.
Producer Joel Holt in here.
Martin, the son of a mother. Shout out Pterodactyl Pups.
I seen that from Ed, Edd n Eddy with Ralph. You're a son of a let's go.
Taking all the lines. That's hilarious.
El
Shots
Guapo,
fired.
that's
Shots
right.
fired.
You know what, El Guapo, that's right.
Yep.
I'm not gonna
Epic
lie to you,
movie.
before we finish it out. The like I would love that scenario. You go get the running back, you go get your edge, right?
Yeah.
But might I interest you in a meaty proposal?
No, you know I'm always up for a meaty proposal.
Because you know, as much as I love Travion Henderson, he is a running back, and he may end up falling into the third round. Would love
All
to.
right. All right. Okay. What do we got?
Let me get a Mike Green.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get an Ariante Ursery. Ariante has been a monster. Talking with the good kid. Talking with the good kid, John Yurkovich, who is friends with the head coach up in good friends with the head coach up in Minnesota. He says the conversation on Ursery is that his feet are a little bit too active. You got to turn the feet down a little bit. And basically, he's got great feet, but sometimes he gets a little bit too active, overcommits, and gets beat on an inside swim move, or it gets too far inside and gets beat outside to the edge, right? Like sometimes they're just, he's moving too fast. You got to slow him down. Good coaching can do that. Do we have good coaching? I don't know. We'll see. I think we do. I like the coaching. When I hear things like that, though, about a player like that, to me, when your intangibles are, we got to make him like relax a little bit. Like not the opposite, not the P Will effect. Hey, we got to try and wake him up on the field. Like we got to see, hey, buddy, we're playing a game. Like when the conversation around the player is like, this guy is just a freaking beast that's going 140 miles an hour nonstop, and we got to get him to idle at about 110, and he'll be a monster. Those are the kind of players that I love, and I think if you can come away with a Mike Green in the second round and an Ariante Ursery, you're sitting pretty. You're sitting pretty.
I'm not mad at it. You gave me a meaty proposal. I'll take that proposal. That's a dang good proposal. Hey, 6'6", 331 pounds. Says that he can pass edge defenders off well to the guard and work up to linebackers as his own blocker. 10-yard split is outstanding at 1.75 seconds. Explodes off the ball on tape. Big, strong enough to anchor when his technique is sound. And so those are things that you can kind of work with. Again, I like the pairing. Again, with any of these prospects, I like the pairing of them with the coaching staff we had. I can't overstate that enough. Like, I think that's really what is key is no matter who you bring in the building, the type of experience and the coaching staff that we have, I think is going to develop these players even more. So if you were to get an Ariante Ursery and you said, okay, you need to slow him down a little bit. You need to work on his technique and make sure he's a little bit more sound in his blocking. But he has all the intangibles. He has all the things that you want. He's big, he's strong, he's quick, with his hands. Once he gets an anchor on you, like he's probably hard to pass up. Like those are the things that you naturally want out of a prospect as a big guy, as an offensive tackle. And so Dan Richard can do the rest of the work, and this guy could be potentially special. And so, yeah, I'm fine with going away with the Ariante Ursery.
That's not a bad take. So Ursery is the football version of Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, just calm him down a little bit.
That's not a bad take. And I think the big thing with Russ was like, if we get, and listen, I'm a big Russ guy. I'm a Russ fan.
I'm a big Russ guy.
But if we could ever just get Russ to be like, hey man, stop taking them threes. Yeah, it'd be perfect. It'd be perfect.
Let's calm down a little bit. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with
especially young Russ was letting it fly. Young Russ was letting it fly. Now, that shot flat too. My God, Peter Patton, help him out. If he could hit a shot, man, if he could get a 3-point shot this late in his career, it would extend his career another 6 years.
I agree with that. Kind of like how Vince Carter did.
Jason Kidd.
Once the athleticism left. No, I'm just thinking about the athleticism part. Like Vince Carter clearly was half man, half amazing, but then like in the latter part of his career, he contributed to.
Yeah, all of a sudden he was a 36% 3-point shooter. We all said, like, this mother was a shooter.
Where this man come from?
We watched it.
Yep. Yeah.
No, I always think of J Kidd because J Kidd went from being like an 11% shooter to I'm being facetious, but it was bad. Like it was horrible. Jason Kidd was a terrible 3-point shooter.
Yeah,
like a 38% 3-point shooter. I think he finished like leading the Mavericks in most 3-pointers made at the end of his career, something like that.
Insane. Yeah, that is insane.
When he came in the league, he was shooting. So he basically shot 32%. Also, they weren't taking a ton of threes back then.
Yeah.
And it was just up and down. 1 year he shot 40. 1 year he shot 31. 1 year he shot 36. 1 year he shot 29. 1 year he shot 32, which means they weren't taking a lot of threes and nowhere near as many threes. And then the 3-point era started. And from 07 to 2012, 46% from three, 40% from three, 42% from three, 34% from three, 35. How do you make that adjustment? Anyway, we say all that to say, Ariante Airstreet, a dog.
Joke of the day, say Shot City. Ason Kid because he had no J. Oh, I get it. All right.
Legitimately. No, that was literally what they said. I remember that. He was Ason Kid because he had no J.
That's actually I like that. All right. I'll give you that one. Good one.
But hey, man, I think listen, this Bears second round is going to be interesting. Second and third round is going to be interesting. Yeah. We will be live for it in the studio. I think the super producer is going to be pulling up with us. I'll be in the studio. I think Mr. Two Letters is coming. He's bringing beer. I've had a horrible. This has been a horrible food weekend for me, dog. I got home last night. I was like, I'm gonna have to because I ate yesterday before the event because I was like, I don't want to eat late.
Look here, do I need to get you on the steak diet? You know, just eat a lot of protein and water.
No. I ate early because I was like, I don't want to eat late. And then we drafted Colston Loveland. And I was like, well, all right, I got to make sure when I wake up in the morning, I like this guy. Like I liked him when we drafted him, but I was like, do I really like him or am I like?
I really like him. You're right. I got you.
So then it was like, all right, let me get some Taco Bell.
Taco Bell's not bad.
I was sitting there eating some Taco Bell. And they
have a $9 box? What'd you have?
I got a freaking, I don't know what it was. It was like some online deal, which apparently like it was a family deal because they brought me a bag of food that is so much. Do you want some Taco Bell? you can come get some. Jesus. There's so much food in this bag. I was like, I just wanted a burrito and a Crunchwrap Supreme. Like,
they gave you everything.
Bro, it's like 12 things in that bag.
Wow.
It was a lot. It was like a $13 too. They're giving it away. There's no way that's meat. Hey man, appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love. Let us know how you guys feel in the comments below, man.